Yeah, good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Okay, I think I'm live already. I think I'm live. Good evening, everyone. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me in the comment section. Yeah, cool, 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 cool. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Yeah. Okay, cool. So welcome back to class. So yesterday, can't okay, good, good. I love that. You can hear me. All right. So yesterday, we all learned semantic, we learned semantic design. Yes. Okay. Cool. So we learned semantic design, and then let me just brush it up again. We learned that semantic design is more like using the right tags where you're meant to use them. When you use the wrong tag where you're meant to, when you use the wrong tag, you don't make your you are not following the semantic rule. So you have to make sure where you have to use header, where you have to use main, and where you have to use footer. You have to make sure all those things are actually in place. So that's the main thing behind anything we call semantic. And if you are not following that process, that means you are doing the wrong thing. So please, when you are structuring your HTML, make sure you are following the semantic design way. So in today's class, we said we're going to be talking about CSS styling and layout. And I know we've not really covered HTML as a whole. So what we are going to be doing now is that we are going to be looking at HTML, the important things in HTML, the difficult things in HTML. We are going to treat them now, and then we are going to move on to CSS as soon as possible to as well, so we can actually follow the schedule because we have limited time. That's why we're going to be doing it this way. So I'll make sure I touch the major parts of HTML so we can actually wrap up HTML today. And I'm going to give us an assignment on HTML, and also make sure that we actually deal with CSS styling and layout today. So next week we are going to continue CSS styling and layout, and then make sure we do justice to that. I hope we are good to go now. Let me know if you are good to go in the comment section. Let me know. Okay. 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 Please let me know. Let me know. Let me know in the comment section. I hope everyone. Yes, I can hear you, sir. Okay, good. So since everyone can hear me, all right. So that's very good. So I'm going to be sharing my screen now. Okay, good. So let me share my screen. Then we discuss the major parts of um, of HTML, what we need to know, the major parts we need to know. Then obviously, we have to do our own assignment. So we have to go and learn on our own, like our own self. We have to learn to as well. Good to go, sir. Okay, cool. So I will just share a window. So the concerning the work on assignments, you guys did, I didn't even talk about that. I'm very sorry for that. You guys did a very amazing job. You did a very good job on that assignment. You did a very good job. I really loved what I'm saying. I'm actually taking everything. I saw everything. I saw some actually dropped some dropped their, what's it called? Their code, while some dropped the file itself. I really loved what I'm saying. I loved what I'm saying. Okay, cool. So exactly. So someone just put that in the comment section. So please, let's make sure we follow the comment section very well so we can move along with the class. Okay. So I believe last class we actually yesterday we dealt with HTML tables. So actually we did some tables, and I'm very sure I told you guys actually work on table to work on. Please, how do we submit our assignment? Don't worry, before the end of the class we're going to communicate that to you. Don't worry. So we are going to communicate that to you. So with the I said on the work on assignment, I said we should all read on some certain things, and that's actually what we are going to be looking at today. So if you didn't do your assignment very well, please, if you don't do your assignment very well, you might, I might actually go far, like, I'll just explain some certain things and then move on to the next one, move on to the next one. That's actually why I said we should all read on all those things before next class. And I'm very sure we did that before yesterday. So we learned semantic yesterday. Then today we are going to move to the core things here, and then we are going to move to CSS. So today's class, I'm going to be looking at tables. It's very important. So basically, what we do with table, you have to have your table tag first, and after your table tag, you have your table row. Because when we say we have something like we have rows, we have rows and we have columns. So when I say row, obviously I mean horizontal, and then when I mean column, I mean vertical. So rows and column, and then in programming we deal with what? We deal with rows most times. So in our HTML file, we count each row as a record. If you want to have someone's record, what we put name, we put class, we put department, we put all those things, we put them on column. While on row, that's where we put each person's information. Row 1 can be David Omishakin's information, while row 2 can be Cynthia Emmanuel's information. Row 3 can be Aderunke Anna Adenuga information. Where we are going to display the person's name, we are going to display the person's phone number, the department, and all. So we deal with rows most times, but we also need to understand the concept behind rows and column. So I'm going to share my VS Code screen now so we can see what I'm talking about. But before I show that, I just want to explain all these things so everybody can be on the same page with me. So what we mean by table data? Table data is just like your information itself. So I said rows is just like your record. Row is horizontal, your record, while table data are actually inside those rows. So I believe if you actually did the assignment very well, all these things should not be strange to you. Yeah. So we have something called table heading too as well, which is actually what's actually edit the table. We have table caption too as well. So this is actually a typical example of how table looks like. A typical example of how table looks like. So if you can see my screen very well, and I'm very sure everyone can actually see my screen. Please, if you can see my screen very well, let me know. If you can see my screen very well, let me just bring it down to the side. So okay, good. Thank you very much for updating them in the comment section. I love that. Okay, so I believe everyone can see my screen very well. The first thing we have our body. Then the next thing we have the table. We have the table. Then inside the table, we have something called caption there. So that caption is just like to describe what the table is all about. That's what the caption is doing. So the TR, I said we are going to work with rows. Can't see it clearly. It is clear, please. Just increase your this thing. So we said TR is actually table rows. So inside each row, that's where we put our data. I said we have table heading. I said we have table data. Table data is actually your data itself. Okay, good. I love that we can see it very clear. I love the way we can see it very clear. All right, so I'm going to move to my I just want to do an overview with this so we can actually move to the practical aspect. I just want to explain what we are going to be doing and what you should be expecting to as well, because I know everyone we've done our assignments. So I've explained table row, which is actually holding one row itself, which is horizontal, while it is all those table TH, and TD that are actually dealing with the vertical aspect. So I'm going to move to the next one. So the next one I have here is merging cells in a table. We have we merge cells in a table, which we use spanning rows, and we also use spanning columns. Don't worry, we are going to move to the technical aspects. We are going to move to the technical aspects too as well. So let me open my VS Code now. I'll open my VS Code now so we can actually see what I'm talking about. So I've stopped sharing my screen. I'll share my VS Code screen now so we can all move together. Please, I might not be, I'm sharing my VS Code screen already so we can all see it. So I might not be going to the browser to check what we have like often. I may not be going to the browser to check to see what we have often. So I believe, because I know I can see the news about Canvas on this paper. Are yet to receive the email. Okay, so I think I'm sharing my screen already. Let me stop sharing. Let me share again. I just want everybody to be that's why I say we should all read about all those things ahead, so we don't lag behind. Okay, I think I'm sharing my screen now. What's going on? What's going on? I'm not sure. I'll try to share my screen. Yeah, I want to try and do that now. I want to make sure that it works. My screen is in live. Okay, good. Thank you very much. All right, so my screen is live now. Don't worry about that. Okay, so we're going to go into our incubator class. All right, so incubator class. All right, so this where we actually stopped last. I think the last class, yeah, the last class. So I will. So please let's just hold on. Let me cancel this. Okay, so I've canceled that. All right. So okay, so I'm going to go to my VS Code now and then make everything visible. All right, so your own, please learn how to create file. It's not what we've done it over and over again. So I'll create file here. So I'll just call it let me just give it any name. Let me give it home.html. Let me just give table.html. Table.html. So I'll generate my my basic structure, then I'll say table, or let me say incubator hub. So I will come over to this place. Please, let's pay attention to the class, like we have in the comment section. Let's pay attention to the class. It's actually going to help us very well. If you pay attention in the class, don't worry, the attendance is going to be sorted out before leaving the class. So it's going to be sorted out. Okay, so let me zoom. All right, so you guys can see everything very well. All right, so to start with table, so I will just have my table here. So inside my table, I can have my table caption if I want. So I can put table. I can just like anything I want to put. So I don't want to have that now. So I can put my TR. I said everything starts with table role. So inside my TR, I have my TH. So I can put my TH this way. I can put SN here. Sorry, SN, which is actually to number it. Then I can have another one. Then I can have let's say name. So I can have department, DEP. All right, so now that I have department under this table row, you know I said we work with rows here. We work with rows. So under this table row, so I'll put my TR here. So I'll put my TR there. So inside this second TR now, I can now fill the information inside this place. So now if you notice, I have how many things here? I have how many columns here? I have 1, 2, 3. Those are the columns that I have. 1, 2, 3. So definitely, if I'm going to have anything inside the second row, it will be 3. That's the table data. So now the first column there is 1. That is numbers. So I want to number them. That's why I put SN there. So it's 1. So the second one is going to be my name. The third one is going to be my department. So I will say web development. Please, I'm very sure we all got what I just did now. We have table row, we have 2 table rows now. So we have 2 rows. So the first one is actually for heading, while the second one is for that person, for one person's data. That's for record. So I'm going to have another one. I'll have another one. I can call this one 2. I can say 2. Then inside this place now, I can have let's say we want to give it, let's give it a name. So let's say Charles. So here I can say cyber security. cyber. I can just put cyber here. So now what I just did here, what I just displayed here, I've displayed two persons record. That's why I just displayed now. So I just display two persons. Sorry, I said what we just did here. I said we are going to be covering both HTML and then we are going to be covering CSS so as well today. So that's why I said we should all do our assignments on tables. I gave us work on. I expected everybody to understand everything I'm doing now. That's actually I'm moving a little bit faster because I'm very sure it was 2 days or so that I said we should all work on this thing. So I believe no one should have issues when I mention table or when I mention table data. We shouldn't have issues. It's just like, okay, let's say it's just like a recap so we can all get what I'm saying. That's actually why I'm doing all this. So it will look as if you didn't even touch it at all. That's actually why I'm doing all this. Okay, good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for understanding. Thank you. Because we have limited time too as well. We have limited time. That's why I said we should all read on all these things. Okay, so we have this now. So now, if I should show this on the browser, I said I'm not going to be showing most of them, but I guess I have to be showing them now. So I'll just copy, I'll copy parts here. So after copying parts, then I'll come over here. So I'll come over here. I'll share my browser screen now. So I'll share my browser screen now. Okay, so come in, I'll share my browser screen now. So you can actually see what I'm talking about. Okay, so let me just bring this out. And I just want to show, okay, good. I just want to show us the results of what we have here. Okay, I want to show us the result of what we have here. So I will stop sharing screen. Stop. Good. Okay. So yes, you can definitely review too as well. You can review. I'll share my browser screen now so we can all see the output. All right, so I believe everyone can see the output now. I'm sharing my screen already. I don't know what's going on. I'm sharing my screen already. It will be live now. Just have to hold on. Don't worry, my screen is going to be live very soon. Okay, good. My screen is live. My screen is live now. All right, my screen is live now. So we can all see what we have here. You can see what we have here. So let me just zoom it a little bit because of those using their mobile phone. So if you can recall, we said we have 3 table row. 1, 2, we have one row 1, we have row 1, we have row 2, then we have row 3. So row 1 is taking table header. That's the header. While table 2 is taking one person's information, that is one person's record. Table 3 is taking the second person's information. So now, if you look at it very well now, under SN, I put 1 and I have 2. Those are the columns in this. Okay, cool. See, I'm very happy everyone can see it. So on name now, you can see the name are actually following each other. Name here, we have David here, we have Charles here, we have department, we have web there, and then we have cyber too as well here. So you can see the table actually following suit. So now if I should add one more row now, so I'm going to be adding one more row in my VS Code. I'm very sure everybody don't need to see what I'm going to be doing. So I'm just going to add one more row. So I'll call that row, I'll give it 3. then I'll call it I'll just call it Mark. I'll call it Mark. I'll give it cyber 2 as well. So if I should refresh now, so you can see the only thing I just need to do is to add one more row. You know, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 rows. So row 1, row 2, row 3, and then row 4. Row 1 is taking heading, like I said the other time. So we don't get to repeat ourselves. Okay, cool. So now, you know, when we have table like this, you can see the way the table is looking like. We don't have anything attached to it. We don't have anything attached to it. If you can see it very well, you know, it is just there. There's nothing there. So someone is saying, when you sorry, I noticed th is bold. Yes, table head. Obviously, you know, when we say head, you know, t head, we have t head. We have something called t head. So is that t head I put answering that digital coach? So so now that we have these table rows, now we now understand that, oh, each row is actually we deal with rows. Now that is very clear now. So we now want to move to what we call margin cells. Margin cells. That's what we want to move to. So margin cells comprise two things. So the first thing we have margin. I'm going to go back to my VS Code. I'll go back to my VS Code so you can see my screen. But I'm not expecting everyone to ask me to go back to VS Code now, because I'm very sure we've all done our assignments too as well. If you've done your assignment very well, you don't have to like come and be active. I should go back to my VS Code, because you could have, even if I made mistake now, don't worry, I will even be making mistakes, like physical mistake, and be asking us in the comment section if you can actually correct me of that mistake. All right, so I was saying we have something called margin cells. We have margin cells. That's, and if you want to margin cell, we have spanning rows and we have spanning columns. So if I say spanning rows, now I mean we are working on horizontal aspects, and if I say spanning columns, that means we are working on the what? On the vertical aspect. So now I want to move to margin and spanning rows. Spanning rows. That's what I want to move to. That's what I want to move to. The way I have my VS Code is very small and it's difficult for me to even type. I don't know if I can actually, let me reduce this. Let me reduce it so it won't be difficult for me to type at least. Please, I believe everyone can see this. I believe everyone can see this. I believe everyone should be able to see it. Yeah. All right. So we have this now. We have this. I believe everyone should be able to see this. Okay. So when we say spanning rows, you know, I said row span is just like working with rows. That's what row span is all about. That's what row span is all about. So I'm going to be doing row span. I'm going to be performing one act now. So let's say for instance, we have okay, I believe there's no question. So let's say for instance, we have this particular person here, this David and this Charles. They are both in web development. They are both in web development, and it doesn't make sense for me to start repeating myself, because we have something in programming in the tech world. We call it dry. We have dry principle. Don't repeat yourself. Don't repeat yourself. That's what the dry principle. That's what it's all about. But what I have here, I'm already repeating myself, and I don't want to repeat myself. So what I basically do is I come here inside my code, then I give it an attribute of row span. So if I give it an attribute of row span, I give it 2. If I give it 2 here and I save, if you check your browser, if you check your browser, you will see we have okay. So before that, let me add. Someone was saying border and the likes. So let me just add border so we can just see how the border works. So if you want to add border, you can add border. I can add border of 1 here. If I add border 1 here and then border in our VS Code, let me put 2 so we can actually see it very well. So I'm going to share my VS Code so we can see. Don't worry, I'm going to go over the spanning of rows again. I'll go over it again. All right, so I believe everyone can see the border aspects now. You can all see the border aspects now. So let me just present my screen. So let me share my screen on the border aspect so we can actually see how it looks like. So I'm sharing my screen now. Okay, hide. Let me stop sharing. Let me share again. This thing is actually taking most of my time for it. Okay, let's see. So I said row span. Let's wait for my screen. My screen is going to be live very soon. My screen is going to be live very soon. So spanning, when I say row span, okay, my screen is live now. So we can see how the row span, how it's actually working. Look at what the row span did here. Look at what the row span did here. Look at what the row span did here. The span did here is that it's actually what cut across two rows. I said rows are what are horizontal. So now row span actually cut across two rows. The major reason why I left let me just, I think I should be able to share my screen. I should be able to share my screen so we can see what I'm doing real time. So let me stop sharing this screen so I don't. Let me share my entire screen so we can actually see the whole thing. So I believe you can all see my screen. Don't worry. I believe we can all see my screen now. You can all see what I have here. Look at what I have here. I have David, I have Charles, I have web dev, I have web dev here. So if you look at it now, let me go to my VS Code so you can see what I'm saying. So now if I should take out this David here, if I should take it out, sorry, let me take it out. Let me take the web dev here. Let me take it out and then refresh here. So now if you look at what we have here, we have David, we have Charles. Now they are both offering web development. And like I said before, I said do not repeat yourself. That's why I have this row span. That's why I have this row span. So what the row span is basically doing is that it's cutting across two rows. That is actually what it's doing. That is what that row span is doing. So now if I should say 3, now definitely that means I want to cut across 3 rows. That's if I'm specifying 3. I believe you can all get what I just did now. Remember before I have another TD here. I have TD here. I put in cyber here. But I said, okay, what if they are offering the same thing? And I don't want to repeat myself. So I don't really need to have another thing here. I can just put my row span here, and then it's going to cut across 2 rows. That means it's going to represent 2 rows. I believe that actually takes care of that. So I'll stop sharing my screen so we can. So interesting. So let me share my other screen. I just want us so it to be more easier for us to understand the aspects of the code. So let me share this. So let me share this. All right. So I'm sharing this already so we can see. Okay, good. I love that everybody's actually getting this. The reason why you're getting it very fast is because, I told you to work on it and then you did. That's actually very good. All right. So now, if you are now talking about call span now, I said row span actually works on row, which was now, if you're talking about call span is working on vertical. That's where call span is working, vertical. So now, let's say we want to give them break in between. Let's say we want to say on this table head, we want to have another space here. So we can just say let's say 3 days. Let's say 3 days. Now 3 days now, I can come here and put TD, and then what do I want to put? I can say Friday. If I say, look at this now, if I say Friday here, what I'm basically going to do, you will see what I'm going to do now. So I say Friday here, then I will have another one. So I will say this is going to be, sorry, 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. That's 1 2 3. So you can actually see I'm saying. I said this is actually going to work on each column. So now if, let's say, for instance, we have another, let me copy this. So now I have this now. If I should come here and put call span here, and I put call span 2. If I put call span 2 here, so we will see what I'm actually talking about here. So let me put call span 2. So if I should save it now and then check it on the browser, you will see what I'm saying. So I'm going to remove this. Sorry, I've removed. Okay. So I'll take one of them out, and then we'll see it on the browser how the call span, how it's going to like operate. So I'm going to be sharing the other screen now. The screen is blurry. I'm very, very sorry for that. So sorry for that. So sorry for that. So sorry for that. Screen is blurry. I'm so sorry. Okay, so now I want you to take okay. So we have how many do we have here? So I'll just so we can save and see what we have on the browser. So we can see how it actually works, how the call span works. So let's say let me just give this. Let me say this. So now let's say in this department now, I want to have another table head here. So now this table head now, I want to like have it like let's say, like I said before, you know, we can have different things here. So let's say I want to put time. Let's say I want to put time. If I want to put time here, what I will basically do if I want to put time, because I want to structure it in a way that I will be able to understand very well. That's where I want to structure it now. So let me structure it in a way we will be able to understand very well. I believe you understand this. So I'm going to be taking this out. Then I'll start again for those that I didn't get at the first this thing. So I'll put my table head here. So I can make this empty. Then I'll have another one, another table head. So I can put this one as 9 a.m. So I can duplicate and have 10, duplicate, I have 11, duplicate, I have 12. Please don't ask me to duplicate though. Don't ask me to duplicate now. You are going to learn how to do that very soon. Very soon. You will learn how to do that very soon, but not now. So let me say I have Monday here. I have Monday here. So I have Monday. I have what I have here on Monday. Obviously, no, this one is going to work with this. Monday is going to work with the first one. So let's say we have let's say we have geography. Geography. We have geography. PHY. We have geography. Very good. Some people are saying it's clear, while some are saying it's not clear. I don't know why it's not clear from your own end. I don't know. Okay, so we have math. Then we have let's say we have art too as well. So it's not only about science. We have other things too as well. So let's say we have we want to have for Tuesday and want to have for Tuesday too as well. So let's say we have TR. Then I'll have my T. Sorry, I meant to have my TDA. I meant to have TDA, not TH. You could not tell me. No, I did say that I'm going to be making some mistakes here. So you people can actually learn very well. You can see I have TH here. I'm changing it back to TD. Okay, so let's say Tuesday. So I'm going to show you the end result so you can see how it actually looks like. You will see how it looks like. Okay, so I can have I'm just creating a timetable. That's the basic thing I'm doing. I'm not doing anything spectacular, just like a timetable. So we can actually see. So I can have home ESC here. So now if I show this now, if I'll come here, I'll put my call span. So I can put my call span to here, and I can put my call span here too as well. Call span, let me say 3. Call span 3. Now, if you notice very well, if you look at this very well, if you can see my VS Code screen very well, I thought Monday should be what? Should be okay. So Monday can also be TH. Monday can be TH. Exactly. Just rewatch. I thought exactly. There is an empty. That empty. You are going to see how it actually works now. Very good. I'm liking it that everybody actually getting what I'm saying. You know, I said I'm going to be making some mistakes, so you guys can actually correct me as well. I thought Monday very good. So now I'm very you guys passed that test. Glory to God. So I'll put my TH back here. You know, I actually put TH back, but let me just leave it like this. You know, there are other things that I did here that are not right. I want you guys to also notice that too as well. I just hope you guys will be able to notice that. So I will save this now, and then if I take this now and take it on my browser. So let me just share my browser browser screen, so you can actually see the results. I'll stop sharing my screen so you will see the browser's results now. So now let me show us on the browser. Okay, so let's wait for my screen to come up. My screen is going to come up very soon. My screen is coming up. Don't worry, it's coming up. Yeah. Okay, so very good. So now if you can see my screen now, so now what I just did now, you know, if someone asking one th is actually empty, that's the first th there. So now if you look at what I just did now, I created a timetable. You know, back in school we have some lectures, we do have them from so time to so time. They do merge 2 times together. So if you look at now on Monday from 9 a.m. to from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. we have geography. On what I just did here, I did a call span, that is call span 2. That is, you are taking 2 columns. That's basic thing you are taking. Now, if you recall, when we did row span was actually taking rows. That is vertical. It's taking 2 verticals, while I'm sorry, 2 horizontal. That's what row is actually taking, 2 horizontal. But now if you look at vertical, I mean the call span is actually taking vertical. Now it's taking 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. It's taking the 2. That's actually what it's taking. So now if you look at mathematics now, I didn't add anything to mathematics. I just left it there. I left this there. So now if you look at it now, okay, so now we have, if you look at it, I only have to like specify 3 subjects on Monday. Now, when I specify 3 subjects, of which is meant to be 4, because our column is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 11 to 12. And I specified just 3 subjects. Now, what I just did is what? I did call span for 2 subjects already. I merged them to 1. That is from that 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. That's why we have it that way. All right. So on Tuesday, I did, if I should ask, what did I do for Tuesday? Let me know in the comment section. Please let's be proactive with it. What did I do for Tuesday? How many columns did I merge together for Tuesday? For that gym, how many columns did I merge together for Tuesday? Let me know in the comment section. Okay, good. Someone said 3. Exactly. I actually made 3 columns together. That's why we have it that way. Very good. It shows that everybody is actually following me. Good. I love that. So I believe we now understand row span and then call span. So very good. 9 to 11. Very good. So I actually made 3 columns together. Okay, cool. So now we've actually dealt with one important part of HTML, which is table. So the next thing I'm going to be going on to, please, if you don't really get everyone, I'm very sure everyone actually got this. Everyone got this. So the next thing I'm going to be looking at is forms. That's the next thing I'm going to be looking at, forms. So I'm going to be sharing my screen now. So I'll stop sharing this screen, then I'll share the other screen. So I'll be sharing my VS Code screen so we can actually see what we are saying. Okay, good. I'm very happy everyone is actually getting what we are discussing tonight. Hey, very good. That's actually very good. Wow. I love that. Thank you very much for understanding. Thank you very much. All right, so I'm going to be taking this out. You know, if you are watching the video, you can actually see all this again. So I'll take this out now. The second thing we want to talk about today is form. Form is actually one important part that we can't joke with. We can't joke with form. Form is very important. Very important. So basically, you know, when you go to your when you go to Facebook, you want to register on Facebook, you actually interact with the browser. And when you interact with it, you fill in your details, then you get a response back. So when you are filling your details, that's actually you are filling a form. That's basically you are doing there. You are filling a form that you are sending to the browser. Then the browser is you are sending to the server, and the server is actually giving you an information back. That's the basic thing you are doing when you are working with form. So I'm just going to be going over each of those things now. So everybody's saying 333. Okay, very good. So now forms now. So when I mention table, the first thing I wrote is table. Now if I should mention form, the first thing I will write is what? Form. So now when I write my form now, we have something called action. Now you don't have to bother yourself about action now. Action is actually going to come later because it actually works with the backend. So you're going to look at action very soon. You're going to understand how the action works very soon when you move to the other class. So this is just front end. So you just have to hold on with this first. So now when you have your form, inside your form, everybody, I believe you want to understand the form tag. This is actually a tag on its own. So okay, cool. Dropping your data, exactly, dropping your data to Facebook. If you want to log into Facebook, a form. Now I'm very sure when you want to sign up for this cohort, probably you filled a Google form or something. You filled a form for you to be able to come to me. Someone is asking, is it a structure for tables? That's actually the basic structure we just wrote now. Your table should have table rows, and inside your table row you should have your table head, and then you should have your table data. That's the basics, and that's the basic thing there. So forms now. So I was saying something the other time. So in our forms here, okay, cool. So now in our form here, so we said we give out our information. So now if you want to give out your information, the first thing we have something called, we have a, not something exactly, we have a tag called label. So inside this label now, I can, don't just ignore the for now. So ignore the for now. Let me just take the things I said should know. Let me take them out. So we don't have someone coming to out about them. Okay, so I just say we should hold on for them for now. So inside the label, I can actually put let me just put male. So I'll say I'll just put let's say gender. So I'll just put gender here. I'll put gender, and then remember I said something. I said the next thing you want to have is your what? Input. So I'll put my input here. Then I will say in my input I will put a value of or let me say a placeholder. You're going to see how it works on the browser very soon. You see how it works. So I will say enter your gender. Enter your gender. So let me have another label here. So I will say this one is for name. So I will have another input here. So the input I'm going to have next, I'll give it a placeholder of let's say enter your name. I'm very sure we're all familiar with these things I'm doing. So I'm going to have another label here. So I can just, let me move it up. So I can say number. So I can have this one as number. Then I can have my input, another input here. So I can give a placeholder too as well. A placeholder of enter your number. Enter your number. Don't worry, I'm going to show the results now. So you can see, I'm going to show the results so we can all see what I'm talking about. Okay, so someone said screen is blurry. Please, can you all see it now? Can you all see it now? Can you all see it now? Let me know if you can all see my screen very well now. Let me know if you can. Some people are saying it is clear. Please, if it's not clear, we've said it countless times that if it is not clear, increase your video quality. Just click on settings and then increase it to let's say 720p or 180p. Just increase your very good. So some people are saying it is clear now. So I'm going to be, what does the placeholder? And I'm going to be explaining that. Please, I will explain that. That's why I'll show you. When I show you, then you can see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to share screen, although we have table there. So I've saved it now. So I believe, okay, no, cool. So now that we can all see my screen now, so I'll just refresh this now. So if you see what we have here, we have something called name here. Remember, this name is our label. I gave a label, I call it name. The next thing I have is input. Now, someone was asking, what does placeholder mean? Placeholder is what you have inside this place that just describe what that input is for. I'm very sure you've seen this very well, so we don't really have to like stretch much about it. You've seen something like this before, I'm very sure. Enter your name, enter your first name, enter your password, something like this. So what we use that, all we do with that is that we use placeholder to describe what that input is for. That's what we use placeholder for. So you can see we have another label. We have its number, then we have placeholder of enter your number. We have another one, gender, and then enter your gender. Now I want to ask a question. Now the question I want to ask now is, if you look at it now, this form is not well aligned. Now I want to break them down. That, oh, my number is going to be on one line, name is going to be on one line, gender is going to be on one line. Based on your HTML skill or what we've done in the past class, what do I do to make it come down, to break it down? Sorry, I'm seeing the answer already. What do I do to, to bring it down? Please let me know in the comment section. What do I do to bring it down? Exactly. BL tag. For those of you asking, how do I use BL tag? You can see where you can actually use the BL tag now. You can see everything now looking the same. Everything is, oh, someone said, yeah, so you can see everything is now coming together now. That's why I'm explaining that. You just need to learn all these basic tags first, then you can actually merge everything all together. And here someone is asking, why is it scattered? It will be scattered. But when I use my BL tag, it won't be scattered. So now I'm going to be using my BL tag now. I'll be using my BL tag. So I'll put BL, then I'll put another BL here too as well. Now, after using my BL tag, now you will see the results now. So thank you very much for understanding. So now you can see I've used my BL tag now. Everything. So I can also add one more BL tag to each of them. I'll add another BL tag. I'll add another BL tag too as well. So I should add at least two BL tags. So you can see I used my BL tag to get what I want. Very good. So now I added two BL tag. In front of name, I added two BL tag. In front of number, I added two BL tag. So at least I can have one space and then one space. Very good, very good. So everybody can see now you're saying BL. Note that BL is self-closing tag. Thank you for mentioning that. So I'm very sure everyone, we've seen something like this before. I'm very sure we've seen something like this before. We've seen something like this before. You see it every day. When you want to register for a thing, you see something like this. I'm very, very certain of that. I'm very certain. Okay, so now that we all get all this now, so I'm going to be moving on with our form and then be explaining some other parts of the form. So someone said excellent, cool. So I'll stop sharing my screen. So I'm going to go to my VS Code screen now. I'll go to my VS Code screen. I believe you can all see my VS Code screen now. All right, so now you can see I said I added two BL tags in front of name, I added two BL tags in front of number. All right, so now if you look at these input tags now, I have something here, I have type here. So what we mean by type here is that this type, exactly, we have different types of inputs, like input types. We have number, we have password, we have text. So because I'm writing name here, I will use a type of text. Now, for number, I will use input type of what? Number. Because I'm typing it here, I will use input type of number. That's why I'm using input type of number here. Because I'm writing a text here, that's why I'm using input type of text. I believe we all got that now. So we will also be looking at another form here. I believe everyone got this form. Don't worry, you can actually go back to watch. You can go back to watch again what we did. So I'm going to be taking this out now. So I'm going to be doing it again. So I will have label again for those that didn't get the all points earlier. So I will have my label. So I have my label. So I want to do something like quite different from what we've been doing. So I will have my label. I will say username. I want to do something relating or related to what we used to interact with every day. Something very good. So I would say enter your username. Enter your username. Then I have another label. If I have input type of text, That means I'm writing a text inside. That's why I'm having it that way. So I can say this is going to be for password, password. So now password now. So now someone to tell me in the comment section, what input type will I use for password? What input type will I use for my password? So I'll put my placeholder. I will say enter password. Let me see in the comment section. What if I can't use input type of text? I'm writing password. What input type will I use? When I did for number, I have number. Your password can be both number and text. Exactly, I will have input type of password, input type of password. That's what I'm going to be using. So now input type of password. So now if I should use input type of password, you are going to see someone said alphanumeric. No, not alphanumeric. Character and text. Okay, so I'll use password actually. So the major reason why I'm using password, exactly, the major reason why I'm using password, I'm going to explain it when I share my my browser screen, so you can actually see why we have it like that. So now the next thing I want to have is another input type. Obviously, what is having a form, and if you don't have the submit button, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. So you have to make sure you have the submit button. So how do we do that now? We have an input type of submit. You used to have input type of submit. Okay, someone is saying character. Someone is saying character. I'm seeing a lot here. I'm seeing a lot here. So we have input type of submit. So now for this, I'll just put my value as submit. We have input type of submit. What this input type is actually going to do, when you have your form, after filling everything, you have to submit your form. So that's actually what this is going to do. It's going to trigger that action. Remember, we have something like action here before. I just took it out, so we don't really dwell on it that much. So we have action here. So when you click on submit now, type of submit, it will trigger the action that is inside this space. So it is this action that we say, oh, you're actually sending it to a backend, or you are getting information from backend, or you are receiving information from backend. Okay, so now let me show this on our browser. So we will see. So we are going to see what I'm talking about. So I'll stop sharing this screen and then share my my browser screen. Sorry. So I'll share my browser screen and I will refresh. All right. So I didn't remember to put BR tag. So let me put our BR tag. I'll put to BR tag here. So to BR tag, I'll put in front of, yeah. Okay. So cool. I'll put them here. All right. So now you can see we have our BR tag here. So you can see our thing is actually looking very good now. So now the major reason why we have text here. So let's say I want to have username. I want to say incubator up. That's my username. Then my password. Now, if I want to type my password, I don't want you guys to see my password. I don't want anybody to have access to my password. If I put password as text, everybody can actually see it, but I don't want that to happen. So now, what do I do with password? I've put a input type of what? Of password. So now, when I type it now, of course, I won't be talking my password. So now, if you look at this now, it is showing differently. It is showing this. It is showing a bullet. It's not showing you the text in it. That's because you have it as an input type of what? Of password. That's why we have it that way. And then our browser, our browser sometimes cannot show this eye icon whereby you used to view the text there. So you can see I'm using this to view. Now, this that you are seeing here, some browsers don't have it, while some browsers have it. Now I'm using Microsoft Edge. That's why I have this. If you go to Chrome does not display this eye icon sometimes. So please, let's note that. So you won't ask me that, how did I get my own while your own is not showing? Please, let's get that. All right, so now if I should have this information now, if I should click on this submit now, look at it. If I should click on this submit now, if you look at it now, you can see the browser actually refreshed. That it is actually sending it somewhere. But now, since we don't have any action, we don't have anywhere it's going. That's why the browser just reload. It reloads the browser, and then we have our form back clean again. If I should put information here, I put another password and click on submit. You can see everything went and then it came back. So it's actually not going anywhere. But if I had put action in my form, it will have gone somewhere. So please, I hope we all understand that. Okay, cool. Cool. So yeah, good. So now, we've talked about form, we've talked about form, we've talked about table today. Now I said I'm going to be talking about the important aspect of don't worry, and we are going to send resources to as well. We'll send resources to you as well, so you can actually check them out. The simple things that you can actually get yourself, we won't be talking about them because of our time constraints. So we are just going to be looking at okay, so yeah. Okay, so I think this part might be a bit tricky, too as well. So I'm going to be any tricky part, I'm going to be talking about them. Okay, so now let's say I want to have on my VS Code. I'm going to share my VS Code screen now so you can see what I'm talking about. So I'll stop sharing my screen. Someone said very, don't worry, to keep getting interesting. It will keep getting. So someone said they want to see my code again, sir. All right, so this is my code. So you can see my code here. So this is my code, this is my code, this is my code. So now let's say I want to have something like I want to have a drop down. There are sometimes they will tell you to pick. They want to know if you heard about them from Facebook, from Instagram, or from any social media. How do you handle that? So we have something called select, and we have options. We have select and options. We have something like that. So now if I want to do something like that now, you hear about us. How did you hear about us? Now we have something called select, a tag called select. So now inside the select now, I can now have different options. Please, let's ignore all these for now so I don't get to confuse anybody. Okay, so I have option. So inside this option now, I can have different options here. I have different options. So I can say, I can call this one for Sony. How did you hear about us? Sorry, I'm coming. So I can say Facebook. I can have Instagram. I can have, I said we should all work on form. So I believe we should be able to get some part of this. So I just add my label. Then inside my label, I have select. Then I have options. So I can say X. So now if I should save this now and check it on the browser, you will see the way it looks. It will look quite different from what we have already. It will look quite different from what we have already. It will look different from what we have already. So to look different from what we have already. Okay, so I will share my my browser screen now so we can actually see what I'm talking about. So yeah, let me share my browser screen so you can see what I'm talking. Okay, so let me just refresh it. Aha, very good. So I've refreshed it now. Okay, so someone said what you want to put their phone number. Obviously, your input type is going to be number. Okay, so now if you look at this, I have how did you hear about us? How did you hear about us? Now that we have, please don't ask for attendance list now. Please. Don't ask for attendance list now. You can join with your mobile phone, then you can ask. Please, let's focus on this class so we can actually get something done today too as well. Okay, so now how did you hear about us? Okay, so now if I should click on it now, you can see it's actually showing a drop down. So if I click on Instagram, you can see it picked Instagram. If I click on Facebook, it picks Facebook. If I click on X, it picked X. Now, I want us to do our own assignments now. BR, yes, I can put my BR after submit. I can put my BR. Don't worry, I'm going to be put my BR. I'll put my BR after submit. I'll put my BR, don't worry. Okay, so now I want us to do something now. There's something called so now sorry, if you are new, please you can go back to the listing. So we are going to be going on a short break now. So when you come back from the break, we are going to be moving on to next thing. We're going to be looking at next thing. So we're going on a short break. So I'm just going to be looking at the comment section so I can see a lot of things here. Very good. Thank you very much for telling them that they can actually watch the video. They can rewatch the class, the previous class. They can actually watch them. So we are going to go on a short break now. Please, while the break, please, I think during the break, I think the attendance is going to be shared, I guess. So please let's use that break time to fill our attendance form or to mark our attendance. So we don't really stress the class that much with attendance. Okay. So I believe no one has any question. Let's see your code before you go on break. So someone said they want to see my code again. So let me share my code. Aha, so it should be the last. I said it earlier. I said the label should not be there. I said it earlier. I said the label should not be there, but because I want us to like learn this aspect, I want us to learn that aspect. Yes, don't worry, you're going to be. So please, during the break, please let's fill our attendance form. Let's fill our attendance. Let's fill our attendance during the break. So I'm going to see you guys shortly. Yeah.
Have you ever looked at the stunning web platforms? Have you ever looked at the stunning websites and platforms?
I agree with you. All right, so welcome back, welcome back to the class. So welcome back to the class. So welcome back to the class. Yeah. So we just discussed about form. We discussed about form now. And let me share my screen so we can. Let me share my VS Code screen. Okay, so yeah, my VS Code screen. Okay, I believe you can all see my screen now. Feature Okay, so you can all see my screen now. That's very good. So basically we've discussed form as a whole. I've explained what we use form for. I explained and I used some examples, which is Facebook, Twitter, anything you want to interact with, you basically submit form, a Google form. I explained this is actually how it is done. So when you want to submit, we use the input type of submit. That's what we use. And for password, we use input type of password. That's what we use for them over there. So now note that this is not everything about form. We have a lot of form. We have a lot of things to as well on form. So one of basic thing we have on form, we have a lot of them because we have a lot of input types. We have a lot of input types which you might not be doing because I'm just going to be listing some of sometimes that there are some times that okay, let me just do an example. Let me do an example here. So let me do an example here. Please let's focus on the class. Let's focus on the class. So let's say an example. Let's do an example. So if I should have my label here, I have my label, I have email. So if I should add email here, then input. Okay, so this inputs now, I have my placeholder. I have enter your email. I have enter your email here. So now in this place now, I can change it to input type of email. So basically, I'm going to be explaining what is going to be doing. I will explain it. So let me put my BR first. My BR. So I'll save this and then check on the browser so we can actually see. So someone said, okay, I think we are good. So I'll share my my screen now. I will share my screen. So I'll share. Let me stop sharing this screen. So I'll share the other screen so we can see what I'm talking about. You know, I said we have a lot of assignments to do. A lot of them. We have a lot of self-learning to do as well. So I will refresh this now. You know, I was doing something. I said enter your password. I just did this now. So let me just put anything here. Let me put anything here too as well. So this password, I'll put anything there. So now if I should click on submit, you can see something is happening. It is telling me please include an @ in the email address. So basically, what this one is basically doing is that it's verifying if the email you are putting is a right email, if it is the right format of email. Now, if I should come here now and put, okay, so let me say I put incubator hub at gmail.com. Now, if I should put this now and click on submit, you can see nothing happened. It didn't throw any error. So you can see the reason why we put the type of email is that anybody can just type anything and then they will think, that's my mail, which is a wrong information. So that's why we have that input type email to confirm if it is the right format for email. Hey, they say they can't see my screen. Okay, cool. I'm so sorry. I didn't know you can't see my screen. All right, so let me come again. Let me come again. All right. So now I have email. I wrote email. Okay, so now I wrote email and I give it email input type of email. So now if I should come to this email and type anything here, if I should type anything here and then type anything here and then type anything here, and I click, if you look at it's showing up one error. It said please include an @ in the email address. Now, what it's basically doing is it's confirming if the type of the email I'm putting, the format is actually the right format. That's what this is actually doing. Because some people might just put any email there, and when they put any email there, it might not really correlate with what you want. So now, if I should put incubator hub at gmail.com, Now, if I should click on submit now, you can see it actually went. That shows that email is a right format of email or a good format of email. So now putting that type of email actually confirms that. It confirms, oh, is it a right email before it even sends the form. So that's actually what that type is actually doing. I believe we all got that. Please let me know if you got what I just said now. Let me know in the comment section if you got what I just said now. Wow, is this JavaScript? Well understood. Very good, very good. No, this is actually HTML, pure HTML. HTML is just trying to expand yourself. Okay, good. Well understood. Okay, very good. So we can actually I said we're going to work with, don't worry, I'm going to give us, like, during the weekend we're going to do a lot of things. We're going to do a lot of things, and I'm going to be in the me and then Mr. Sadiq, we are going to be in the discussion where we are going to be discussing on the LMS basically, and on the Telegram community too, where we are going to be discussing how everything is going to work out for us, so we can actually ahead of the coming class too. So someone said I should share my VS Code. So now this is actually my VS Code screen. Okay, so I believe you can all see my VS Code screen now. So this is my VS Code screen now. So you can see I used a type of email type of email. That's actually what I used. for that email aspect. All right, so now we're going to be moving to HTML. We're going to be looking at HTML iframe. We're going to be looking at multimedia too as well. So how to add audio, how to add video. We are going to be looking at it because, obviously we need to be able to add audio, we need to be able to add video as well. But, based on our limited time, we're going to be sharing resources on how to actually add all those things. Yes. When you have at yahoomail.com, we have something like that at yahoomail.com. So we don't have Canvas. Don't worry, for those that do not have Canvas, don't worry, we are also going to be communicating on the Telegram community too as well to pass more information to you. So okay, cool. So I said we are going, like, let me repeat myself again. I said we are going to be working on media. So we're going to be working on media and multimedia. So we're going to be sharing resources on how to actually learn all those, because they're actually simple things that we can learn, because it's going to help us too as well, at least learn extra mile too as well, because what we can actually do basically here is just like we're going to give you, guide you through everything you need to learn, the most important things, while the little things that you're going to be needing, you're going to be learning most of the things you're going to be learning on your own. Let me tell you the truth. You're going to be learning most things on your own. You have to go and do more research, go and check more resources. Don't worry, we are going to be selling more resources on this is I trust ourselves. So we're going to sending more resources. All right, so this is actually the basic part of HTML. So now the next thing I want to move to is our block level elements and inline level elements. Block level elements and inline level elements. That's the next thing we are going to be looking at. Block level elements and inline level elements. So I'm going to be typing them now. I will type them now. So block level elements. When we are talking about block level elements, let me go to my VS Code, because this is actually very important, very, very important, very, very important. All right, so I'm going to be taking our form away. Since we are done with form, everybody, we are now grounded with VS with coding now. So I'll just come over here. I'll come over here. Then I will have I'll just say something. I'll say block level elements, block level elements. So now this block, I'll comment my code. Don't worry, I'm going to teach you how to comment. Just hold on. I'll teach you how to comment. Please, nobody should ask in the comment section again. I've said it already. So now I commented my code already. So when we say block level elements are elements that actually stack on each other. What I mean by stack on each other, when we have our P tag here, if you write David here, if you have another P tag now, if I write Mark, now if I have another one here, I have let's say I have another tag. We have a lot of tags, and when we say block level, that means they are actually on each other. This David and Mark, they will always be on each other. David will be here, Mark will be here. Now if I should come here and then put them beside each other, they are inside one tag already. Now I want to know in the comment section, will they be on each other or they will stay beside each other? Please let me know in the comment section. Let me know your answer in the comment section. I want to know in the comment section, will they be on each other or they will stay beside each other? I want to know if you have a good understanding of the block I'm talking about. Our P tag is block level elements. Note that. So let me know in the comment section if they are going to stay beside each other or on each other. Okay. No, it can never stay beside each other because they are both inside a block level element tag. They are both inside block level element tag, so they can never stay beside each other. They will always be on each other, no matter how I put it. If I put it on like beside each other inside my VS Code, because they're inside P tag, they will always be on each other. If I should go to my browser now, you will see that they will be on each other. They will stay beside. No, they won't stay. David above Mark. Exactly. Okay, like let me say, I said nobody should ask me about comments now. I'm going to explain comments. So let me share my screen. Let me share my browser screen so you can see what I'm talking about. So you can see what I'm talking about now. So let me refresh now. You can see they are both on each other. They are not beside each other, despite the fact that I put them beside each other in my VS Code. They are not staying on each other. Do you get the this now? So these are actually block level elements. They stay on each other. They stack on each other. Well, if I say inline level now, so let me ask now, what will inline do? When I say inline, what will they do now? So if I should ask inline, what will inline do? Yes, we are going to look at adding images. We are going to look at adding images. Don't worry. We are going to look at adding images. Inline means they are going to stay on same line. Side by side, exactly. When I say inline, inline stays side by side. So can someone give me example of tags that will stay inline? Example of tags that will stay beside each other. You know, we've done links. I said everybody should actually go and read about links too as well. So a good example of those type of elements are links. They stay on beside each other. Beside each other. Good. Span, exactly. Exactly. So let me just stop sharing my code. So I'll share my VS Code now. So I'll share my VS Code now. Same on exactly. So I have this here. Labels, yeah, very good, very good. So now let me have my anchor tag here, which is for links. You know, I said everybody should go and read about links too as well. And now I'm saying it again. So we don't have to like repeat ourselves because you know we have limited time too as well. So in my links now, I can say link. I can have another one. I can say Facebook. If I have another one and say X, let me ask now, please let me know. Will they stay beside each other or they will stay on each other in the browser? Let me know in the comment section. Will they stay beside each other or they will stay? Yeah, cool. So I want to ask if all these will stay beside each other or they will stay on each other. I want to know. Let me know in the comment section. Let me know. They will stay beside each other. All of them will stay beside each other. And that's what we mean by inline level elements. So when they ask you block level elements, they stay on each other. While inline level elements, they stay beside each other. And major example of major tags that actually stay on each other, which is block level, we have p tag. Then we have our objects, our tables. They're actually on each other. Then we have our div. Don't worry, I'm going to be explaining what div means very soon. I just want us to get the whole point of inline level elements and then inline level elements and block level elements. I hope that is very clear now. Inline and block is very clear now. Before I move to div, before I move to our grouping, our master grouper. Before I move to the master grouper, please let me know. Let me know. Oh, good. I love that. Okay, so exactly. All right, so let's now move to our master grouper, and then from there I'll move to images. Then from images I'll move to comments so as well. Or let me just explain the comments now. You know, I commented this line now. What I did to comment, I wrote, I had to like type. If you type all this now and then put it down here, that's actually, if you comment, what we mean by comment? Comment is just like defining, explaining more about a particular code. That's what commenting means basically. It's just like you explaining more about a code. That's basically what you are doing when you are saying, oh, we want to comment. You're actually giving more, like you are describing what that code is for. That's basically you are doing when you're commenting. So it's just like let's say you have a source code and then you want to explain your code, you want to express yourself. So you put that in the comments, and your comments don't show on your browser. Once you put it inside that comment, it can never show to the browser. So a lot of developers do comments, you know, let's say I have a function, then that function is actually doing a particular thing. Now, for me to like tell people what this actually means, because I'm not the only one working on the project. I have people working with me. So for them to like people to be able to join or jump on my project and work with me, I have to be able to like comment my code or write a well-explanatory code if I'm not going to be commenting. So comment is not going to show my browser. Anything I comment or anything I put inside the comment, they are not going to show on the browser. Please note that very good. Our control and forward slash, like a little caption for code, exactly, but it won't show in the browser. It won't show in the browser. That's actually what commenting, that's actually what it means. That's actually what it means. It's nothing much, it's nothing serious like that. That's actually what it means. That is what it means. That's actually what it means. All right. So we are going to be looking at divs. Now we are going to be looking at divs. So basically, when we say grouping of text, so grouping of text, we use divs to group text. Now, when I say grouping, now, yesterday you guys discussed semantic design. You discussed about semantics. Now, when you are working with semantic, you have your header, you have your, let me just type it, you have your header, you have your after your header, you have your main, then you have your footer, right? So now you have your footer. Let me just put my footer here, footer. So you have your footer. Then inside the header now, we can start using div. Div is just like grouping, like just be like bisectioning them. So now let me say I have a div here. So now this div now, I can say this div is actually for what? For about. So I'll come here, I'll say about section. I'll comment this now. I'll comment this. So let me comment this. I'll comment this now. I'll say, okay, so I'll put inside Peter. I'll say, this is about us. This is about us. Then after this div now, I'll come over here again. I can have another div here. So I'll have another div now. So now this other div, so I'll come here, I'll say, this is what can I put here? Just let's put a random thing here. This is contact section. Contact section. So if I say this is contact section, then above it, sorry, I've made a mistake. Sorry, let me take it back. Okay, cool. All right, so I've seen my mistake already. So I have it this way. So I'm coming, so you can see it now. So I have this here. I can say this is contact. Then I can what? Let me just comment it. So I can have this one inside the P tag here. So I'll cut this, Ctrl X, then I'll paste it here. And I have it this way. So now, what I just did here, I just sectioned them. So we can have a lot of tags, a lot of P tags inside our div. Div is basically for grouping, just like for sectioning them. So now everything I want to have in my about section can go inside this particular div. And everything I want to have in my contact section can go inside this div too as well. So that's what div, that's actually how it actually works. So when you see div, but you have not inclined the inline level. Header is to be on the same line. What's the difference between section and div? All right, so now section and div too, they are all the same thing, like they are working the same way. But now the reason why you use section is for what? Is for semantic. That's why you use section. It's for semantic. I love that question. That's why you use section. Okay. So I want to see more. More question. Because I want to show us how to actually add image. That's what I want to show us next. So I'm just going to be doing that inside my footer. I'll do that inside my footer. I'll do that inside my footer. Now we use something called IMG. Now I'm just going to be explaining them. Now when I say SRC means source, where your image is coming from. So now what I will be doing here, I'm going to be So now look at my project folder now. There's no image inside this place. So I want to go and I'll put one image now. I'll put Control S, Control Shift S. I'll just screenshot this aspect. So after screenshotting them, then I'll go to my pictures. So you can see what I'm actually doing. So I'll go to screenshot. I want to put one picture inside that place, so you guys can see what I just did, how to add picture, because I'm going to be giving more assignment on how to add picture and everything. I'm going to be giving an assignment on that. So I just added a picture now, a picture screenshot. Now, this SRC, what it actually means, it means source. Exactly. So now what's the SRC? What it means? It means what? It means source. That's what the SRC means. Now, source means where is your image coming from? Your image can either be coming from it can be coming as a link that is from online, or it's coming as like what you have in your folder. Now I have an image in my phone and I want to add. So for me to add it now, the only thing I just need to do, come inside this space and then type the name. Now if you can see, the moment I start typing the name, VS Code already brought it already that, oh, this is actually the image I'm talking about. Now if I click on it now, I've added that image. Now if I should go to my browser and check this particular image now, it means where the image is coming from. So now let me stop sharing my screen. Let me share my let me share my browser screen so you can see what I'm talking about. So I'll share this and then refresh. Okay, cool. So I believe everyone can see my screen. So you can see that I've added image to my web page. I've added one image to my web page. You can see how simple it is. Good. Very good. It's actually answering that particular thing, because I know we actually worked with div, because we've been seeing divs a lot too. When you see div, no, you won't get confused that why are people using div when we have section. Do you get? And I'm very sure my colleague actually did a good justice to that yesterday. All right, so I think we've been able to see how to add images now. And then major thing we are going to be doing this weekend, we are going to be looking at a lot of things. We're going to be looking at, because I'm going to be giving assignments as well. We have assignments whereby we practice everything about HTML. We're going to practice everything about HTML this probably during this weekend. We are going to practice everything about HTML, because that, okay, cool. I love that. But please, do we all get how I actually added the image? I can't wait. Please, do we all you go how I added the image? I used image. How did you add the image to the folder? You do copy and paste. Copy it from wherever you want to have it. Then go and paste it in the folder where you are working. Go and paste it in the folder where you are working. That's actually how I did it. There's nothing different. There's nothing, there's nothing technical about it. Just copy and paste. That's what you do. Okay. See, I'm currently on the browser. Some people say they have. I'm not on the WhatsApp. Okay, don't worry. We are going to look for a better way to actually get across to everybody, so we can all be on the same page before we move to CSS, because the CSS is going to Okay, cool. Someone said I didn't see the browser. I'm showing the browser already. I just want to make sure we are all on the same page. Hey, we are on the browser. It's just that I did a screenshot of my code. Then I put it on the browser. My VS Code is my no, don't worry. Hold on. What I did is that my VS Code, I did a screenshot of my VS Code. That's what I did. Thank you very much for explaining that. Thank you very much for explaining that in the comment section. Thank you very much for explaining that in the comment section. Don't worry, we're actually packing a load of resources for us to use so we can actually wrap up HTML, so everybody can actually understand everything very well. Thank you very much for explaining that. I love that. Thank you very much for explaining that to everybody. Okay, so I think this will be the end of today's class. This will be the end of today's class. It's just a screenshot. Yeah, it's not a screenshot. It's not a screenshot. So this will be the end of today's class. So please, so far, our HTML, sorry, our, what's it called? Our HTML, we are going to be communicating to us via the Telegram, via the LMS, and also via our, I think, via your mail too. We are going to be communicating with that. So this will be the end of today's class. This will be the end of today's class. So I believe you don't have cool. Okay, I'm trying to see if I can see. Okay. Please, that's true. Let them use this time to fill attendance at least. So some people don't say they don't have. Hey, can we get the attendance link? Cool. Thank you so much. I understand. So I can stop sharing my screen. So someone asking how can we resize? We are going to communicate that. So it's actually don't worry, we're going to before Monday, everybody will be able to do all those things. Before Monday, we'll be able to do all those things. We'll be able to do all those things. We're going to send a don't worry, we are going to talk about all those things. It's actually so we can all learn on our own too. All right. So thank you very much. I think I will be going now. Thank you for having me. Yeah. Thank you very much for having me. Okay. Stop sharing screen.
Have you ever looked at the stunning web platforms? Platforms. Have you ever looked at the stunning media platforms?